You're wondering when to bring your bike in for its service. We can sort of simulate what it'll be doing to create some problems. So like say if your gears are clicking like this, as you're trying to click up the gears, you can hear that clicking sound and it's not going up correctly. You can hear that while you're pedaling. It sounds pretty loud. So that's a good indication to bring your bike in for a service before it creates any more problems. Just by clicking this up once, you can hear it. So you click up the gears once and it's not physically changing into the next gear. It's making a noise. So that indicates that your cables are loose and you need a service. And your chain will probably need a clean. So if you physically wipe your chain like this and it's greasy like this, it means that it's due for a service. So we're just going to adjust the gears by tensioning the cable, by winding that little barrel adjuster out enough. This little piece here, you wind that out to get some tension in the cable. Then we click up through the gears. Now that's changing correctly. Then we change to each gear and hold that gear and pedal it to listen to see if there's any noise. And if there isn't, that means it's adjusted correctly. And then we just go through the gears. You can hear that slightly, there's a bit of noise there, so we just back off the cable a little bit more. Then we go up to the biggest cog and make sure that this derailleur is not going into the spokes at all. Just by pushing on it, it's not going into the spokes. And it's riding freely, there's no noise. And it's changing down easy enough. There we go. Now the gears are working a lot better. We're just going to clean the chain now, as much as we can, by holding the chain with a rag. We're just wiping off all that excess chain lube and dirt and mud, grease, just like that. And it should look pretty dirty. And just do it carefully. It might take a few goes to get it right. I've done this for a long time, so I know what not to do. So you just keep wiping that chain until the rag is clean, being careful. This is what you'd normally do after you lube your chain before you go for a ride, or even after your ride. You just clean it up a bit. It should be a lot better. So removing the cassette, we're going to need a cassette removing tool. Just holds the inside of the cassette. You push that into the cassette like so.
So this tool is a standard tool, or is there different types?
There's only normally 2 types on most bikes. This is a cassette tool, the other one's a freewheel removing tool. That's just a cassette. Then we've got a chain whip, which holds the cassette, because when you undo this, the cassette wants to spin with it. So we need this cassette whip tool to hold the cassette in one spot. So you hold that with one hand, and with this tool, you unwind that cassette until it comes off. Should be about 5 or 6 turns, and then that comes off. So another thing we can do if we don't have a chain whip tool is to just get an old piece of chain and then put it onto the biggest cog, like so. You just wrap it onto that big cog carefully. And then where it joins here, we can just clamp that with a pair of vice grips. So we just clamp it basically like so. And then that'll be tight enough so it won't move.
So we could use this method, say if we didn't have a whip at home and we're using the chain off the bike, and it's just an alternate method that can be done. Say you caught out on the road or caught out a little bit off guard. We're just tightening it up at the moment.
That's it.
That's an alternate method from George's Tricks.
Yep.
And go-tos.
All right.